Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Tammara, LaShea, and I am your life coach for today. In this season, I am bringing you inspirational nuggets. Inspirational nuggets. Listen, we all know that we're in a transition right now, moving into a space where things are changing rapidly. So I want to share a few things with you today about new beginnings, transformation, and transitions. I was in a Bible study this morning and it was phenomenal. And I just could not, I kept saying, Lord, what do you want me to say? And he gave me a few nuggets from there. And then he gave me some inspiration on the nuggets. So I said, listen, we're going to have a combination nugget today. So again, I am with my beautiful life beyond me too. And we are here to just share a few inspirational nuggets with you. Let's talk about the transformation. Let's start with the transformation that we're in this season. The word transformation means a thorough or dramatic change in form or appearance. Similar words are going to be change, to alteration, modification, a variation, a conversion. Is this touching anybody's life? Especially if you're starting a new business, you're trying to prepare your kids to go back to school. It's an evolution. It's a transfiguration. It's remodeling. So you've done some new things with your home. It's reordering. Yes, it's renovation. That's making a transformation. That means that what you started out with is not going to actually look like what you end up with. And I'm here today to tell you that it's okay. Two friends of mine have in this season gone to the gas station and drove off with the pump inside of their car. Pulled it right out of the tank, right out of the wall thing. What is that saying? To me, that's saying somebody's trying to speed up. Somebody is going too fast. We've been through a whole pandemic where God slowed everything down so that we can get a new balance. And some people are off to the races. They're like, I gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this, gotta do that. Don't miss your transformational moment because you're trying to go back to the way things used to be. Don't miss your transformational moment because you're trying to go back to the way things used to be. You've gone through a thorough and dramatic change. Things have changed in form and in appearance. So you can't do things the same way you did them then, expecting a different result. It's a new day. It's a new beginning. The second word, remember, this is a nugget, not going to be before you long. The second word is this, is transition. We're in a divine transition. Transition is the process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. A few other words for transition is change, move, passage, moving through a passageway, transformation, switching, jumping, adjusting. And as you are transitioning, when you transitioning will expose something about you. It really exposes who you really are. It's almost like when they say, when you get a lot of money, it's going to show what's in your heart. What's in your heart will show up when you get a lot of money. Transition, same thing with transition. When you go through a transition and that pressure begins, that pressure is going to make those things that don't need to be there move out of the way. Those things that don't fit anymore, they've got to move. They've got to move. And those weights that have been holding you down before, they've got to go. You got to let it go. I heard somebody say, clean out your closet. If you clean out your closet, it makes room for the new. In the world of manifestations, once you clean out your closet, God can bring in those things that are missing. So you remove the clutter and the new things will arrive. So when we talk about going through a transition and removing the weight that might beset you, all those things may be friendships. It might be relationships. It might be family relationships. It may be old habits. It may be old addictions. It may be old patterns of thinking. Transition. What is God trying to transition out of your life in order to bring in the brand new beginnings? And when you go to a brand new beginning, you do one more thing. You elevate. So let's look at the word elevation. Elevate, to elevate. The action or fact of elevating or being elevated. A height above or given level, especially a sea level. Another word for elevation is promotion. Promotion, advancement, upgrading, perfectment, advance, stepping up. In order to make this transition that we're going through right now, you have to allow the separation so that you can get the elevation. Does that make sense? The separation of the old mindset. Does that make sense? So you have to sit back and be honest with yourself and say, who is going to be able to go with me to this next level? Who cannot go with me in this next level? There's some people that you can go to the football game with, but you can't take them to the boardroom. Pastor Mike said that this morning. He said, there's some friends that I have that I can take to the football game. Yeah, you can take them out to the bar and have a great time, but you can't take them into a boardroom because they're not wired for that. So you have to understand where God is taking you and know who is actually wired to go with you. And it's okay. When you leave them, you're not leaving them forever. You're just dropping the dead weight so that you can elevate. Yes? What does transition look like to you individually? What does it look like as a female, as a mother, as a woman, as a student, as a man, as a brother, as a father, as a child? As a student going into your next phase of life, what does that transition look like to you? What is your mindset? And if your mindset is not there, what do you have to do to get your mindset to the place that it needs to be in order to support the new level that you're going to? Are you in a position to hear from God? If you're not, are you willing to reposition yourself? Are you willing to get deliverance so that you can hear God clearly, so that you don't miss this next season? Because you know the momentum is coming. So it's not a place that we can be in where we say, well, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. When he says turn left, you need to turn left because the train is not going to slow down. It's going to keep moving. You need to be hearing him clearly. Hearing him clearly. That means a change of mind. And when you have a change of mind, you have a change of soul. And when you have a change of soul, you have a change of spirit. And that's how you connect with him. So even if you're not back in church, it's not about being in church, this relationship. It's about this relationship right now. It's about this relationship right now. Because he's the one that's going to say, no, do this. No, do that. Yes, do that, but do this too. Yeah, does that make sense? Does that make sense? There was another prophetess that was on the line today, and I have to give her credit for this. She said, transition reveals motives, attitudes, and growth. Motives, attitudes, and growth. I said, well, Lord, how does that work? He said, motives is your why. Why are you starting a business? Why are you going back to school? Why do you want this new transition in your life? This new transformation? Why is this new transformation? Hey, it could be spiritual that God is bringing you into a transformation. You have nothing to do with it, right? And then she said motives, she said attitudes. Well, what about attitudes? Attitudes are going to affect your how. Because the way that what a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinketh, so is he. Where focus goes, energy flows. If you have a nasty attitude, you can have the greatest opportunity in the world. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to mess it up with your attitude. That's something you got to let go in the transition so that you may elevate. And if you say, well, I know I have an attitude, that's just who I am. That's not going to work in this season. Or you can keep it and stay where you are. God is trying to move you forward. Are you ready? Are you willing? Motives, attitudes. Motives are the why. Attitudes are the how. Growth. Growth is to complete. It's the completion of it. There's somewhere you want to go. You want to get to that level where your business is thriving. You want to get to that level where your family is rocking and rolling. That's a place of completion where you feel like, yes, this is it. But that's not all. Because you want to be careful not to disqualify yourself for the elevation by not understanding the why, by not paying attention to the attitude and the how, and by not allowing the growth and the completion to come because you're focused on competition instead of completion. It's not a time to compete. It's a time to complete. It's not a time to compete because you do know there is no competition. When you are 100% the person that God has called you to be, can't nobody compete with that. I used to be on stage with 25-year-olds, and I was 40. And I held back and said, now tonight, I'm going to let it go because I've given you a chance, right? And they said, oh my God, Tammara. And I'm just talking like this. The show is over. I told you, do your show. Do your show. I'm not expecting you to be Tammara. You have to be 100% of who you are in order to get to your place of what, why, how, and completion. We're not here to compete. We're here to complete. Don't disqualify yourself in this. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all of your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. And as you complete this in July, guess what happens? There's grace to complete in July. I don't care if you messed up and you dropped something back in April and said, man, I ain't even going to do it. Pick it up. Pick it up. Because in July, you're making a transition of completion. It's 7, the number 7, July. Guess what comes next? 8. 8 is new beginnings. 8 is new beginnings. So we're expecting new beginnings in the month of August. Can you receive that? You don't even have to believe it. Can you receive it? Because most of us can believe it, but we can't receive it. Another thing that God pointed out to me, and this is my last part of the nugget, I'm going to be out of your way. He said, you know, you guys were taught to fake it till you make it. He said, and for so long, they taught you how to fake it to make it, but they never taught you. No, they taught you how to look the part. When they're teaching you to fake it till you make it, they teach you how to look the part, but you don't know how to operate in it. When somebody tells you, man, just fake it till you make it, you that'll work for a moment, but you can't do that for years because you're looking the part, but you don't know how to operate in it. So can God really release that power and the knowledge to you to go to the next level, to elevate, if you're still faking it? If you're still faking it, identify, target the bullseye, find out what it is, fix that thing. Because here's the thing, when people tell you to fake it to make it, that means they just misdiagnosed who you are. Maybe they were unequipped to equip you. Or maybe they didn't equip you because of their low self-esteem, because they were afraid of the greatness that they saw on the inside of you. Somebody, don't make me do it today. Don't make me do it today. They say she coming for you all day long, all week long. My ladies, the Classy Lady series, it is here. It is here to give you nuggets like this that are going to help you to understand you're not crazy. You were just misdiagnosed. You've had a prophetic gift all your life. You've had a gift of healing all your life. You've had a dream all your life and your parents said, well, no, you shouldn't do that. That's not going to make you any money. Your gifts will make room for you. God will bring the increase. Doesn't he bring the increase? So in that, they didn't equip you, or they influenced you to go to school for something you didn't want to do. And now you're unequipped because all of your purpose and destiny is rising up in you and you don't know what to do with it. God is saying it's not too late. Ooh, I know you felt that. He said it's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. Can you believe it? Will you receive it? Because it's a choice. When you get a grasp of that thing of being misdiagnosed, and then you receive what it is that who God says you are, you walk in a whole new level of power and a whole new level of confidence. Why? Because it's the season, not only of transformation, not only of transition, but a season of new beginnings. We're on the heels of it. So I encourage you today to take hold to that which God has called you to do, who he's called you to be, and go for it. Go for it. You can't lose. You can't lose. And if you go stumbling across the finish line, did you see that Olympic athlete? He was running and he dived. They were running so fast. And he dived to win the race. If you got to dive across July to August to get your new beginning, do it. Do it. I want to hear your thoughts. I want you to make comments in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts. Tell me what you think about this video. Are you ready? Are you willing? Do you want it? Because today is the day and now is the time. Write it down. Get it done. Ask for help. Even if you don't have anybody around you, call an institution. Call a school and say, hey, do you have anybody that can internship with me that would like a summer internship for a couple of weeks to help me get this together? I got a few dollars I can give them. Or I can write them a great review for their resume, for their transition or whatever they're going into. What is it that you want? Don't give up on the dream. Not quite yet. Because God is doing something behind the scenes. But are you ready? Do you want it? Can you receive it? And will you believe it? Do you? I'm excited. I'm just trying not to scream in your ear. So I am done. Inspirational moment for today. The inspirational nugget for today is done. New beginnings, transformation, and transitions. If you're just getting here, go back and watch the beginning because it will bless your soul. My name is Tammara, LaShea, and I am your life coach for this season. I am also promoting the Classy Ladies series, which is in registration right now. The link will be below. I will post a link for you guys to go and check it out. Please come and be a part of it. You know a young lady that is in transition in her life right now. Hey, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what you did. God is not holding you to that. He's saying, do you want it? He's saying, do you want it? Some of you are saying, I'm handicapped though, because I've been through all this and this is making me look bad. And I just feel like I'm not equipped and I don't know what to do. Do you remember what happened to Jonathan's son, the king? When they came and they killed King Jonathan and all his family, and the handmaiden ran with his son, Meshephadet. I can never say his name, Meshephadet. That. She came, he was 5 years old. She started running with him. She was trying to get away and she fell. And when she fell on him and she crippled him. She broke his hip and crippled him. So he was in line for the inheritance to be the next king. But now he's an unknown cripple sitting out in the streets begging. Nobody knew who he was. Then when David became king, he said, see if there is anybody from the house of Jonathan, because Jonathan was faithful to me. And some of you have been faithful in years past. And I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm supposed to be done. Some of you have been faithful to ministries in the years past, and you never saw, because you sold into somebody else's ministry waiting for yours to come forth. And you never saw the fruit of it. Just like Meshephadet. Just like him. Somebody was running with your dream because you were pouring into them. And when everything fell apart, you felt like it was broken. And God is saying not so, because David said, find me somebody in the house of David. And they say, I know who. Meshephadet. And I'm probably torturing his name right now. That's who it is. And they brought him. And he said, I can never sit with you. He said, I can never stand with you. And he said, that's all right, because we're going to sit you at the table. And God is saying there is a seat at the table for you. Is there a seat at the table for you? Do you receive it? There is a seat at the table for you. And when you're sitting at the table, can't nobody see below your waist. They can't see if you can walk. Everybody's equal. They can't see what your past is. When you're anointed, they can't see your past. When I tell people my testimony and tell them, I was drugged and raped in a season, and now I teach people how to get beyond trauma. They're like, what? I can't believe it, because that's half the story. I can't believe that you went through all that. You don't look like what you've been through. When he's sitting at the table, he doesn't look like a cripple because they can't see that. The anointing of God will cover, the blessings of God will cover all of your sin. It covers everything that happened before. So here we go. Get in transition, allow God to do the transformation, and receive your new beginning. And I'm done for real this time. My name is Tammara, LaShea. I love you so very much. I'm going to put the information. You'll see the information. I'll put the information about the Princess Ladies series and the Classy Ladies series that's coming up. Registration is open right now. Unique Queen says, I receive it. Keep up the great work, and thanks for the great message. Mwah. Thank you for watching and joining. And again, I will be here on tomorrow, and we're going to have another inspirational moment. I hope that you will join me then. Share, like, and tell a friend. This is going to be broadcast on Facebook and also on YouTube. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day and go get it. It's yours. YouTube, go get it. Go get it. It's yours too. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.